I am Garv Sethi from third year, and today I am interviewing one of our very own, Mr. Hemanth, who graduated from our college in 2021 and took the road not taken by becoming a published writer. I am delighted to talk to such an esteemed guest, and I would welcome him. So, sir, can you tell me about your journey? When did you start writing?
So it all started way back in childhood. So back then I didn't know there was a art in like inside me. So COVID happened during 2020. So that's where when I started writing something, and that's how I became a spoken word artist. And that's how the book also happened initially. And the book was launched a year ago. So it is based on poetry, and it's based on like there are 50 different poetry. So it's an anthology thing. You can read it whichever page you like to.
So you can like continue it from wherever you want.
Yeah.
Start from
Yeah.
wherever you want. Okay. So who inspired you to write your first book, Your Choices?
So more than an inspiration, so I used to write journal like back then in school days. I used to
So who inspired you to write your first poetry book, Your Choices?
so the first book is not your choice. So I'm writing something in a non-fictional area. So it's been like 2 years now. I'm still writing and it's still in draft. So poetry happened in a way. So not many would expect this answer. So my past like ex, so she motivated more, and I had a very good friend who was writing journal back then. So that's how the inspiration came, and I didn't have any confidence to write a book and be a publisher or an author. I still don't consider myself as an author.
Oh, okay. So have you ever faced a writer's block? If yes, then could you explain it? What happened and how did you proceed it?
So writer's block happen every writers who go through this journey. So yes, a writer's block happened to me. So back when I was writing a book at the same time. So what I did, I got into another hobby called trekking. So I used to trek a lot and go sit, enjoy the nature. So that's how I got connected to more of mountains, nature. So yeah, it is the part and parcel of any writer or any author.
Okay, so have you ever written books or something related to mountains, treks, or
Yes,
what you
yes,
do?
yes. I've
Okay.
written many of them.
Okay, so you're relating your poems are related to what you do exactly.
Exactly. So it's basically it is what I consider as an emotion which I articulate in words. So nothing better than articulating your emotion into I don't know, piece of a paper or in the words.
So, sir, you have taken a career as writing, right? So, like, there would be some challenges while starting or convincing your parents because it's not something which is normal nowadays. So, how did you face all those things?
So I didn't take it as a career to be a writer, but my passion was into it. So my parents, my friends, everybody supported a lot. And yes, there were a lot of challenges doing in a course where to do or what to write and all those stuff. So, but eventually it so happened, and it's by like God has been kind. That's all.
Okay, so you mentioned in our chat, which we had a little time before, that you used to write short films in college. So could you elaborate about how short films started, or who inspired to write short films?
I think Chennai inspired not many things here. So being from short films or writing poetry, I think the place is the where it comes. And obviously, friends inspired. They used to take films and they didn't have any scriptwriter or any storyteller to do it. So that's how storytelling as a art I developed in. And now as a career in a profession in HR, I've been doing that probably successfully right now. It's been a year and a half and working. So that's how I started. And it's not very good movies which turned out, but that was my initial. So
About a student association, isn't yours? What were your contributions to isn't yours association? Like how your creativeness helped isn't yours association to get developed?
Yeah, I was a part of Azienteas in 2 years in the college. I was a class rep for 2 years. So I and my friend used to go to all the college culturals. Uh, so we were taking part in more on strategic events like playing IPL auction, be it stocks, stock wars or stock homes. So back then even my friend used to do stocks.
Okay.
So that's where our interest came into me, and that's how we could did. And there were no debate competition because team was dedicated for all the other activities. So this is where I could find a small way to Azienteas, and I did not a big contribution, but in a smaller way, yes, I did.
Okay, so coming back to your writing, what is your creative process while writing? So, what do you exactly think when you start writing something?
So it is not something you think before you write. You just think wherever you are in a journey, or you go somewhere and you go see someone and meet somebody. So you you talk to people and you get stories out of them, and I don't go and articulate what the story is. I articulate what emotions towards that person which I got, and I write it in a way of poetry.
So, if there's a college student and if he wants to, start writing or pursue a career in, literature or something like writing a novel or publishing things, so how can he start at a college UG level?
See, anybody, I believe everybody has a story to tell, which every guy or every girl has to do that. But the first step is journal. Like, write how was your day to your book. Be a friend to a book, which is a non-living thing, absolutely. But when you tell this was when back after a year or 6 months, you go back and you read those stuff. I mean, a lot of memories you cherish it. So start writing in a small way, in a day way, and then get into certification. Or there are so many platforms, you get into literature or poetry or read novel. There's so many people to help. Yes, cost comes under it, but in a starting way, like do these things, and there are like ample opportunities in Instagram. We can start our own page, and yes.
You were talking about the certifications part. So, could you elaborate about the certifications which are related to, writing, or how can you start writing? Someone who can actually guide you.
Okay, so I did in my captain. So there it's publish. I mean, it's a platform where they encourage spoken word and things. So that's where I met my mentor there. So she told me after the certification also I was in touch with her. So that's how you connect, and you go to lot of events in spoken word. So I'm only talking specific to spoken word because I'm an artist in that. So you go to a lot of events. You understand the artist who's performing there, then you come back home and you practice it. Obviously, there are a lot of rules and sets of the how to go about it, but you practice it, then you go to certification, you get certified, and then you can start doing your own thing.
So during college days, there's a lot of things going in your mind, and sometimes you feel you have to write it, but you cannot exactly put that on paper. So there's somewhere a block kind of thing, or how do you deal with that?
So if I want to say, like college second year, we got into COVID, like end of the second year. So yes, there were a lot of challenges as a personal way also. So you don't have to tell, if there is no person to tell anybody, you just write it. So that's how I started. It's not like I didn't have anybody to tell. I have a lot of friends right now, but back then I didn't want to share to anybody. Like it just my problems or my things, my happiness. So I started writing. So block comes, yes, initially because you want to form a sentence, you don't get a right words to form a sentence. So that's where I thought I need a expertise to come in. So that's where I went to these platforms and did.
So earlier you said you're not from Chennai basically. So what are the memories you had in Chennai, about college, and about all the other things?
Chennai is like second home for me. So I'm a Bangalorean. So I come from Bangalore. So I'm a proper Kannadiga. I know Kannada and like Tamil has a lot of history, but yeah, it pushed my limits. It pushed to my apart from my comfort zone where I was in back then in my home. So I think Chennai has been given all the time is a beautiful memories, be it good or bad. Every memory is being cherished. Yes, college I enjoyed. Obviously, it's a prime time of any student life or any college. So
So those who want to pursue like writing in professional, how would you advise them to take their first step?
okay, so I am not a professional writer, but I would always urge them to go to a mentor or go to a person who's already well versed in this in the industry and have done a lot of laws. So I would recommend them to go and meet them and learn from them.
Can I know about more about your mentor and how he or she guided you to come up to this level?
Okay, so he didn't have a proper mentor at the one stage. So it was a phases of mentorship. So initially, obviously, like when you start ABC, your mom or dad teaches you, and after that your school, and then college, so on and so forth. So that's how it happened. So there were various mentorship. So I can't really specify each name.
Okay.
So there are a lot of people who helped me through the journey. Obviously, you know releasing a book or publishing a book is not a joke, which I understood after releasing it. So it gained a lot of respect, gained a lot of attention, gained a lot of saying that talent can be this also. So yeah, there is a lot of things.
So how did you publish your book? Who was your publisher? Can you elaborate on that part?
So publisher was from Gurgaon. It is from Blue Rose One. So they were my publisher. So I went to them saying, boss, this is the book which I need. So can you do it? So they were very kind and that's how it happened.
So those are some great insights, sir. And now we are nearing to the end of our interview. Can you share your final thoughts on our conversation? And you would say something to our juniors. You would like to convey something to our juniors.
Sure. So see, one thing is enjoy your college life. That is the utmost thing. When you come back to work and you don't talk about what is there in like company law or FEMA or anything like that. So you talk about the memories which you cherished in those benches. So enjoy every bit. Yes, marks are important. Study when you have to study. So do well, get into a job, or you want to pursue anything in MBA or masters. So do that. But whatever you do it to your trust. Like you trust yourself. Be honest with yourself, and I think it will take to heights.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Right.
Thank you, meeting you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, sir.